The Cleveland Browns just turned their quarterback room into the most talked-about battle in football, and nobody saw this twist coming. Just when people thought Shedeur Sanders had a clear runway to build momentum, Cleveland added another wild card with Talon Green. The question every Browns fan is now asking out loud: did the Browns create elite competition or complete chaos? Cleveland has spent years searching for a franchise quarterback. That desperation was on full display after the 2025 NFL Draft, when a staggering 65% of post-draft questions directed at the front office focused on one player, the first pick of the 6th round. Think about that. A 6th-round pick commanded the majority of conversation after an entire draft. That single fact tells you everything about how starved this fan base is for answers at the position. Andrew Berry and the Browns front office moved with purpose. Shedeur Sanders arrived as the centerpiece, a quarterback with name recognition, spotlight experience, and a fan base already invested in his success. Then, with pick 182, Cleveland selected Talon Green, the quarterback out of Arkansas, and the entire dynamic of the room shifted overnight. Talon Green is 6'6", 230 pounds, and he ran that blazing 4.36 at the combine. Those numbers are not common at the quarterback position. He has size, he has elite speed, and he carries a cannon for an arm. Berry described him directly after the pick. Very mature young man, really strong makeup, and he has rare physical gifts. He has size, he has elite speed, he has a big arm. He's going to need some polish with his game, but he has the work ethic and the acumen to do so. He is not just another camp arm. He is a rare athlete who can stretch plays, escape pressure, create explosive moments, and force defenses to respect his legs the second he steps on the field. That kind of talent changes the energy in a quarterback room fast. Context around Green's college numbers matters. Arkansas faced what Berry described as the toughest slate of college football opponents during Green's time there. The offense around him was not productive, which placed enormous pressure on Green as a passer. That context explains, at least in part, his 59% completion rate and 37 turnovers across 2 seasons, including 20 interceptions in his final 2 years. When pressed on those 37 turnovers, Berry acknowledged the concern but pushed back. Part of it is, is it a situation where they're down, they're in heavy drop back, they're passing scores, and then part of it is, yeah, guys do need to take steps and improve. But the other side of the coin is, you do have players who are able to generate enough explosive plays where a higher turnover rate is at least more doable for the team. A perfect example would be Josh Allen earlier in his career, where he made so many explosive plays that you could live with some of the errors. The Terrell Pryor comparison also surfaced in draft analysis. Pryor entered the NFL as a quarterback, converted to wide receiver, and produced a 1,000-yard season with the Browns. The reason he succeeded was pure athleticism. Talon Green carries that same physical profile. If the quarterback path does not develop, the tools translate. This is not a guy who's coming in to seriously compete with Shedeur Sanders for the starting job in 2026. He is a developmental prospect, a 6th-round lottery ticket with a realistic ceiling that extends beyond one position. Berry addressed criticism of the pick with a sharp response. How are you going to sit there and criticize a 6th-round pick? The roster philosophy behind the move is straightforward. Cleveland believes in carrying 3 quarterbacks on the active roster and ideally a 4th on the practice squad. Berry added, "It's never a problem to have too many good players. Beyond that, players at this position who do not make it as starters can still deliver value, as trade assets, depth insurance, or competitive fuel inside the building." Shedeur Sanders still has real advantages in this race. He enters camp as the more polished passer. His timing, touch, mechanics, and confidence in pressure situations are precisely why so many people believe in him. He has operated under scrutiny throughout his career. The spotlight does not rattle him. That composure is a genuine asset for a franchise searching for stability. Great players do not run from competition. They rise through it. If Sanders is the real deal, this competition will only accelerate his development. But this is where Todd Monken becomes the most important figure in the entire conversation. Monken is the offensive coordinator responsible for evaluating every rep, every read, and every reaction under pressure. His track record is the reason both players have a legitimate path to prove themselves. As Barry explained, I don't know that Lamar and Stetson Bennett could be more polar opposite. That's one of Todd's gifts, the ability to maximize offensive skill sets, period. Monken can build a sharp, rhythm-based passing attack around Sanders if he commands the playbook with timing and precision. He can also design movement packages and explosive concepts around Green's athleticism if those tools flash early in camp. Neither player can claim the system only fits the other. That is exactly what makes this competition dangerous for everyone in the room. You cannot coach elite speed at quarterback. You cannot coach rare size mixed with arm strength. Those gifts make coaches dream big. That is the pressure Sanders faces every single day. He does not need to be flashy on every snap, but he needs to be consistent, smart, and trustworthy. Coaches love dependability. They reward quarterbacks who get the team in the right play, manage the clock, and respond cleanly after a bad rep. Reps tell the truth. Watch where Monken shows his trust. First-team snaps, 2-minute drills, red zone work. Those assignments will signal everything before a single preseason game kicks off. The locker room will carry weight that fans often underestimate. Leadership cannot be faked in camp. Teammates know who has it. Offensive linemen know which quarterback communicates protections correctly. Receivers know who puts the ball on time and in the right location. Running backs know who keeps defenses honest. Veteran trust is earned through production, not reputation. No speech can replace production. When preseason games arrive, the margin for vague evaluation disappears. Sanders needs to convert third downs, move the chains under live pressure, and command the huddle with authority. Green needs to demonstrate that his decision-making can match his athleticism, that raw talent is trending toward reliable production. One clean preseason drive can flip the narrative. One rough series can create doubt that lingers for weeks. The longer this battle continues without separation, the louder the outside noise becomes. Monken may deliberately extend the competition deep into camp. Real competition raises the standard for everyone in the room. Cleveland isn't just choosing a starter. They're choosing an identity. The choice between Sanders and Green represents two distinct futures, one built on polish, command, and readiness now, the other built on rare physical upside and long-term ceiling. Andrew Barry made his position clear through action. Cleveland drafted a 6'6", 230-pound quarterback with a 4.36 40 time in the 6th round and called it a calculated bet. The bet is not necessarily that Talon Green starts in 2026. The bet is that genuine competition inside that quarterback room forces everyone, including Shedeur Sanders, to be sharper, hungrier, and better prepared. When training camp opens, one player will separate. When it happens, the entire league will be watching Cleveland differently.